Okay, parents, I get it. You need a van. This is probably a really hard topic for you to cover, but let's face it, if you're gonna get a van for your kids, you might as well spoil yourself too. Behind me, I've got a 2020 Kia Sedona SX, top of the line minivan. But there's a lot of great features in this vehicle that I think will pleasantly surprise you, as well as the low kilometers on the Sedona. Let's go take a look. Okay, I get it. I'm a dad of 2 boys as well. You gotta buy a van. It's practical. It makes sense. You got hockey gear, cottage gear, soccer gear. You got a bunch of the neighbors' kids coming with you too. I get it. But listen, if you're gonna buy a van, you might as well buy something that's nice and that you, mom and mom, dad and dad, whatever your configuration is, you get some enjoyment out of it as well. Because let's face it, it's not just the Rugrats that go in the back. You got to transport them to all these different extracurricular activities. And that's where this 2020 Kia Sedona SX really comes into play. This has no accidents, Carfax verified, just over 28,000 kilometers. It's a beautiful van. And today I'm going to take you through the exterior and interior condition, as well as some of the nice features on the Sedona. So that way you know what you're buying for you and the family. Okay, so underneath the hood, we've got a V6 engine. It is going to give you just enough power that you can tow a little bit if you like. But let's face it, towing with a van, maybe not the coolest way to do it. Buy yourself a bigger SUV. Up front here, the front bumper condition, there's a few little scrapes and bruises. It's nothing crazy. Oh, that's not even, never mind. That's okay. Got a little stone chip here. That's kind of normal. Got the nice fog lights there. We got the brushed aluminum look. We have the LED daytime running lights, as well as the projection headlights. Now, down here, take a look at this. Right underneath there, right? So we're missing just a little bit of paint. Now, you want to know how that happens? You want to know how that happens? Watch, let me show you. I got to show you this. This is exactly how that happens. And parents, you can relate. Okay, here you are. You're driving. You got the wee ones in the back, and you're driving. You're pulling into the Toys R Us parking lot. And then they're getting excited. Boys, we're almost here. Okay, great. And then you're going to park, and then they start losing their mind. And you're parking, you're like, boys, if you don't stop it, I'm going to turn this car right around, and nobody gets Power Ranger. Yeah, that's how that happens. Because you hit the curb, because your kids are in the back losing their mind. So that's how that little bumper thing happened. Not a big deal. If you want that cleaned up, if you want the lower part of the bumper there repainted, just ask us. We can get a quote. It's not going to be a lot of money. We can get that fixed up for you, but just know that it's there. Not a big deal. Now this here I thought was scratches, but it is not. That's just goo from when we just finished up bringing this out from the detail bay. But you can see here the front end of the vehicle, really nice condition. Now coming around the side, we'll take a step back first and you can get a nice side profile view of this Sedona. Looking fantastic, beautiful color too, right? That white really contrasts with those dark windows, the nice accents on it. We've got these really fantastic looking 18-inch alloy wheels, only on the SX model those come with. We've got the LED turn signals in the mirrors. And then taking a step back, let's show you one of the nice features. So we've obviously got power doors. Is it gonna work because the car's on? Come on, work. Work. It's not gonna work from the key fob because the car's already started. So I'll have to show you another way. So you just pull and then they power open. All right. We learn something new every day. So when the car started, the key fob doesn't work for the doors, but it will work when the car's off, okay? So there's a little sneak peek at the interior, but we're gonna get to that in just a minute. I still want to do my exterior condition walk around with you. Right, you can see the side doors there looking in nice shape. The back here looks really good. There's this. Yeah, this is just a really light scuff here. I bet you if we buff that, that comes right off. Don't worry about that. Let's continue around to the back. You can see the Sedona's got a really large hatch in the rear. So if you want to do some moving, maybe you're bringing the kids up to college or university. It's a sad day, they're moving out. Yeah, right, mom and dad, you get a break now. You can have that naked room you wanted to talk about. We've got the rear sonar on the back, the nice SX badge there. And then we also have this rear bumper protector, this plastic piece, so that way when you're dragging stuff out of it, it doesn't scratch up your back bumper. Power tailgate opens up nice and wide. And then inside here, in this bag, we've got all the carpeted mats for you as well for the vehicle. Let's pull that out real quick. So you can see lots of room here in the van, even with those seats folded up like that. There's still tons of room. And then to put the seats down, really, really easy. All you do is you pull this, and they flip over. I'll do it with this one, why not? Let's show you. So that releases the backrest, and then this here releases this, and then we just fold them down like so. Now, if you want to put in a dresser, maybe all the boxes from IKEA, you're going to build all your own furniture, you can do that too, right? To lift it back up, you grab the handle. You got to be strong. There we go. And then that back up like that, and your seats are back into the regular position. Let's close her up. Yes, Mike, how can I help you? Hold on, pause 1 second, please. All right, back at it. That was Mike Noir. He's our sales manager here. Great guy to get to know. Okay, so around the passenger side of this Sedona. Now we're just looking for dings, dents, scratches. There's not much cool stuff to talk over here, but everything looks really sharp. I don't see any big door dents. I don't see really a whole lot there. Just for the sake of the fact that I showed you, yes, these do open up as well, power, right? We'll take a look at the passenger side seat. Might as well do that while we're here. We have the armrest, right? Really nice and convenient. Feels really good when you're sitting down there. We've got lots of leg room here. Okay, now let's just go and mosey on over to the driver's side. We're gonna go take a look at the back seats, the third row seating, take a look at everything. That way you know what you're getting. That beeping, don't worry, it's just because I have the key in my pocket, because I thought it would work to show you those seats, but it does not, or the doors. So taking a look in here, this is a third seat, right, for the middle bench. Now it folds down like that to be a cup holder, or if you want, you can fold it back up by pulling this little tab here and then lifting it up with your second hand. Sorry, I apologize, it's hard to do when you've got a camera in your hand. But you can see here, now you've got like a little jump seat here. Full disclosure, there is what appears to be a chocolate milk stain right there on the passenger seat. We've done what we could to try to remove that, but that's a tough one. Chocolate milk is it's a toughie, but that's there just so you know. Not a big deal, doesn't affect the seat. There's no odors. The car smells really fantastic. It's just that is a stain that's there. Now, second row passengers have a couple cool things. We've got a USB port here to keep the iPads charged up, to keep the domestic disturbances to a minimum. We've got a 115 volt power outlet as well, which is fantastic. Maybe there's a laptop on board or whatever it might be. You can keep those electronics charged up. And then we've got a little junk container here, some storage, another place for some cups here. And then check this out. This is for the rear passengers. Look, I can slide this seat forward or back, and the backrest as well from the back seat. And obviously if mom or dad are there and you need some more leg room and they fall asleep, move them up. Okay, now to get in the back seat, nice and easy, this handle here, give it a pull, and look at that, it lifts up, and then you can jump back there, and I will do that. So rear seats, third row, are in really nice shape. We've got cup holders back here for the little ones, and then we even have a USB port over here for them as well. And then taking a seat here, you can see I'm about 5'10", I like to say 5'11". Lots of room here for back passengers. And then even we have this little window sunshade, which is nice, right? Keeps the sun out. We've got vents back here for the heating and air conditioning to make sure that everybody stays nice and warm, even in the third row seats. And then if I zoom in, you can see there we have tri-zone climate control, so that there controls the rear air conditioning and heating for the people in the back here. All right, so let's continue along and crawl out here. And that kind of concludes our tour for the back seats. Now we just gotta unlock this seat and fold it forward, and there we go. All right, now moving along. Front seats, mom and dad, dad and dad, mom and mom, whomever. Nice sunroof up top, luxury, right? Seats are in really, really nice shape. And again, no rips or tears in the seats. There's that little exception of the stain in the second row there. We have a power driver seat, power lumbar support as well. And then just taking a look over here, we've got all your controls. We've got some nice kind of carbon fiber look, a leather armrest pad. We even have power folding mirrors, right? So if you want them to obviously tuck in, maybe you're parking in the garage or whatever, you can do that. We have our blind spot warning indicator right there. It hopefully comes in focus. You can see it there, right? And then that's our blind spot warning. We can turn them on or off. You can turn off that plug in the back. So maybe the kids are being rambunctious and they got their iPads plugged in. Well, guess what? Shut that power down. Now what, kids? Mom and Dad still in control. Up top here is our power sliding door. That's going to close up for us, right? We have the other side as well. We have the rear hatch. You can turn off the power to the rear hatch. Everybody has asked, why would you want to turn that off? Maybe you're parking in the garage or somewhere where the height is limited. You definitely don't want to accidentally open that. Been there, done that. And then we have our power sunroof here. On our steering wheel, let's talk about this. A leather heated wrap steering wheel. This is fantastic. This heats up in literally like 30 seconds. Keeps the mitts nice and warm. We have our our radio controls and Bluetooth controls on this side. We've got our cruise control on this side, and then this button here works the center gauge, kind of the menu system here. Come on, let's focus there, kids. There we go. 28,708 kilometers on this. Fantastic. If I push the menu button, you can see now I can access all my driver assistance stuff. So let's do that. Let's go here. Blind spot warning, blind spot collision, rear cross traffic alert is all available. You can change a couple of the cool little things on the car as far as the settings. If I go back one more, now I can go here and I can see all of my different drive info. This is the most popular one, obviously, is the digital speedometer. Now, automatic headlights, fog lights as well, intermittent wipers. Over here in our infotainment system, let me go to the home screen first. This is where I wanted to be. Let's zoom in. Whoops. There we go. Okay. So we have a split screen setup. So you've got your radio up top. We've got our Bluetooth connection on the right, and then we have our buttons on the bottom. Notice that there are buttons on the left and right. So if you like your tactile buttons, they are still there. We still have a volume control that is a knob, not anything in the touchscreen. That's a very popular request. If I go to all menus, what do we see? Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I reversed that, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. So when you plug in your phone to the USB port, which is right there, this entire screen changes to now operate all of your mobile apps from your cell phone. The most important thing with that is, of course, you can now reply to text messages using your voice command rather than picking up the phone and texting from your phone and getting a $615 fine, 3 demerit points, and a 2-day license suspension. Yes, I know, unfortunately, why and how. Anyway, we digress. So all of your phone apps, for the most part, will show up here. Spotify, Apple Music, Waze, navigation. It's all there in the touchscreen, which is fantastic. The best way to use that, okay? 100%. Let's just stick with using Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, please, for the life of me, please. Back here, go to radio. AM, FM, satellite radio. We've also got Bluetooth audio streaming, so your cell phone, if you're maybe just dropping the kids off at school, it's a quick drive, you can still play your Spotify from here just using your Bluetooth if you want to do it that way as well. When we put it in reverse, we get a nice clear rear view camera. We can see our mats in the bag there, so that way we don't go bumping into kids, garages, cars, what have you. Speaking of bumping into stuff, let's go back to that rear view. So rear cross traffic alert. Rear cross traffic alert, you're backing into a spot just like this, right? And we're moving back, and then there's a car coming from either side, right? Maybe there's a car coming down the street there, or a car coming down the street here, or kids on bikes, whatever. The rear cross traffic alert will usually see that from quite a distance. The screen will flash and you'll get a little audible warning, and that just means, hey, stop focusing on the rear view mirror, take a look beside you because there's somebody coming. Now we've got our push button start here, and then this is our tri-zone climate control. So driver, passenger front, and then rear passengers. Now you can lock out the rear passengers, which is right there, that's the controls. Let's say you got a button hungry 7-year-old back there that loves to push those buttons. You can lock it out just by pushing the rear lock button. And now you control that, not them. That's a handy little thing to have with munchkins in the back. Here we've got our USB port, our auxiliary port, and this little button here is not a button in fact, but it tells you that this is a wireless charging pad. So you drop your phone in there, it'll automatically start charging if your phone has that capability. Most of them do now. Saves you having to plug in 2 different phones, because of course your first phone should be plugged in for the Apple CarPlay. The second phone, if it's, the passenger, can plug their phone or drop their phone in there to charge that up wirelessly. Now we've got our nice gear shifter here, some nice polished piano black trim you can see coming down the center. And now we've got our heated seats. So driver and passenger heated seats are here. Drive mode selection, I'll get to one sec. We have our rear sonar. You can turn that on and off. You would turn that off if you were towing something, or really that's probably the only reason why you would want to turn that off. And then we have our heated steering wheel button as well. Now drive mode, when I push that, you're going to see here, eco turns off, comfort, eco off. So off like this just means that it is basically in a normal driving mode. Then there's comfort mode. Comfort mode will reduce the throttle response. It really makes it obviously more fuel efficient. It doesn't have harsh shifting. Eco mode does basically the same thing. As I'm saying this, I'm realizing I don't know the exact difference between comfort and eco mode, but that's where the test drive comes in, guys. Come and take this out for a drive and see for yourself what those 2 different drive modes do. Okay, USB and 12 volt in the armrest compartment, which I see we have to detail. Missed that. And then up here we've got a kind of dual glove box system, one there and one down below the normal one that we're used to. And then last but not least, we have home link and an auto dimming rear view mirror. And before you go, don't leave yet. This is the Carfax for the 2020 Kia Sedona. Shows no accidents reported. Also 9 service history records for the vehicle, which means that what? That it's had regular maintenance as well. And this is the stuff, this is the gold, as they say, because this lets you know everything that Carfax knows internally. You don't have to take our word for it. So let's talk about this Sedona very quickly as adults to adults, parents to parents, as I try to open the door to not get you seasick. If you had to buy a van, I say had to, would you not want a van like this that was super luxurious, lots of great features, not going to break the bank, it's pre-owned, so you're not spending all the money for a new one, and let's face it, it looks fantastic. The kids will enjoy the back. They got all their plugs for their iPads and Nintendo Switches. You got your heated seats and everything up front. It's a beautiful way to spoil you and the family and take you, the kids' friends, the neighbor's dog, all up to the cottage maybe, or to hockey or whatever it is. But this is a great find. And where did you find it? Clarington Kia, right here. The Purelator guy loves us. It's a beautiful sunny day. So if you want to purchase this Sedona, 2 ways you can do that. You can visit us here at the store right in Bowmanville, right off of the highway, the 401 at Bowmanville Ave, and then experience our amazing sales team. We would love to help you out with this van or any other vehicle, or claringtonkia.ca, where you can really purchase entire vehicle online and then just sit back from the comfort of your own home while we wrap up all the details with you and then drop it off. So yeah, I mean, there's 2 excellent ways to purchase this Sedona, but I encourage you to act quickly, because I don't think this will be here very long. 28,000 kilometers, no accidents, SX, top of the line model, in fantastic condition. So folks, from one dad to another, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you love your new van, whoever picks this up, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.